cool thing about that is that everything can be considered a creative act. Creative acts, we are participating in creative acts all the time. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Charles Clark, dropping some more knowledge on you. In this next video, we're just moving on in the lecture. All right, so next part is participating in creation is where real joy and fun come from. I'm just going to go through all three, and we're going to circle back, all right? And then everything can be considered a creative act, and everything can be done as an expression of joy for life, okay? So participating in creation is where real joy and fun come from. So if we connect back to where we were just talking about how your the law of attraction is applying to your life all the time. We are giving life to what we perceive as life supposed to be all the time, because we keep certain ideas alive within us, through our active vocabulary, through the ideas that we entertain as true, and then life reflects itself through us, and then we give witness to it, right? If we connect back to how do you make work fun, participating in creation is where real joy and fun come from. When we are co-creating an experience with others, we're co-creating an experience, and participating in creation is where real joy and fun come from. Everything can be considered a creative act. Everything can be done as an expression of joy for life. When I say participating in creation, what I mean is translating that an idea from the ether, from an idea, into physical sensation. The more that we deliberately do that, that's where you have the potential to stem real fun and joy. When you feel like you're not doing that, even though you're doing it all the time, but like if you feel like you're not, then you're pinching yourself off from the energy source. And you're pinching yourself off from the energy of the ether. You're not translating anything new. You're not learning anything new. You're not translating anything new. And so then you get this perception that there's nothing fun about your life. So this is like if you're doing the same routine in and out, day in, day out, and you're going from experience to experience, just feeling that like in between state is filled with lack or filled with desire and filled with boredom and frustration. Then once you have all your day filled with like the same thing, you're just going through the motions, there's no opportunity for creation of new things, for creation of new experience of life. You already, like, you're just living by the body. You're living through the material. You're living for the material. You're not living for the act of creation. You're not translating any new ideas. You're not receiving new information, new ideas, new energy from the ether. And you feel cut off, and you feel depressed, you feel sad, you feel whatever. It is that translation that helps that energy move through you. It's kind of like if you imagine a dam, like a water dam, And this dam is set up to give electricity, right? Or like as water moves through it, it collects, it like uses that energy from the water to create electricity. When the dam is not working, there's no electricity being formed. The water, the storehouse of water, if there is all this water on the other side. Say that, there's like a reservoir, there's a lake on the one side of the dam, and there's a river. The river's there. It's abundant. It's got all the water you need. And then on the other side of the dam is where you're trying to get the water to. There's no water there. And it's barren. The only way to get the water the only way to get the water to where it's barren, where it needs to be, is by opening up the dam. By letting the energy, the water, flow through the dam to create energy, to create electricity, which then can power all the things around it. Right? The universe is the water reservoir. Okay? You are the dam, and then your life is the area that wants the water. You give life. You translate that energy from the universe into the rest of life around you. And the more water that you have, the more energy that you have, the more you can translate that energy into life around you. And this is the people, the places, the things, everything in your perception. And the way that you move that energy through you is by participating in creation activities and recognizing that you are. Co-creating experiences, you're translating ideas through you into physical sensation. Okay? Now, perception is a big part of it. And the cool thing about that is that everything can be considered a creative act. Creative acts, we are participating in creative acts all the time. So, as an example, would you consider driving to work a creative act? Probably not. Most people would not. Once you learn how to drive to work, you don't. But here's the thing. What if you're driving to work and for some reason or another, the road that you're normally working at, that you normally take, is closed. It's unavailable. Traffic block, traffic jam, somebody else had a car accident, you can't go that way, or if you try to stay that way, then you're going to be late. So you gotta find a new way. You gotta find a new way to get to work. You gotta find a way around the traffic jam to get to work on time. That solution, that way that you find that solution, is a creative act. You are participating in the creation of a new way of doing things, a new way to do things. And that's going to fuel you, that's going to give you energy. You are translating energy from the ether into your physical experience, right? If you stayed in traffic, maybe it is, as for you, it might be, your creative act might be, how do you fill that time? Normally, you have more time than you normally would. How would you fill that time? Maybe you are listening to a new music. You try out a different radio station, or you just listen to the same radio station, or you call your friend, you call your family member, or you listen to their audiobook, or you record some content. You're like, however you fill your time is a creative act. And it's simplest way, because it's choices. You have an idea for what you can do, you make a choice, and then you do it. You see the follow through, you witness the physical sensation of what happens when you make that choice, right? Those are all considered creative acts, but we don't see them that way. We're just living life, right? We don't see that that's what we're doing. But that's where your perception, you're so focused on, you're participating in creative acts all the time, and yet your perception is that you're not. And it's your perception that keeps you feeling detached from the universal energy. It is your perception. You're always attached to it. You're always in flow with it. But because you deliberately, you consciously, through your attention, hold yourself away from it, that makes you feel worse. That makes you feel bad. You think that you're not. You think that God's not with you. You think that the divine is not with you. You think that the universe is, that you have to build it all by yourself. You're literally never not connected, but because of how you perceive that you are disconnected, that's all you see. You see your life as disconnected from the source. And so therefore, that's what you see. When you see that everything can be considered a creative act, you can see that everything can be done as an expression of joy for life. I'm going to say that again. When you see that everything can be considered a creative act, then you will see that everything can be done as an expression of joy for life. And how does that just change your motivation of doing anything? If you're doing something, if you're choosing to do something out of your expression of joy for life, you're choosing to do something out of your expression of joy for life. That doesn't mean that, like, because you're so in love with life that you all of a sudden need to go out and dance in the street, unless you feel that is true for you. It's not me. Part of my expression of joy for life is actually taking the time right now to translate some of this stuff that I've been storehousing in my brain for years and actually translating it through me. That's part of my expression of joy for life, because it's actually fun for me to, translate this through to you. And then also, as I do that, I also get the benefit of seeing it flow through me. I get, there's like the teachers talk about this, how and coaches talk about this, that they learn more through the teaching than the students ever do from the consumption. You learn more through the teaching of the thing than you do of just listening to the thing. So as I learn more as I try to teach this stuff, I'm getting a deeper and deeper understanding of it as well, because I hear what I'm saying and I'm reviewing it later. Right? So this is part of my expression of joy for life. What's your expression of joy for life? Everything that you do can be an expression of joy for life. Everything that you do can be considered a creative act, and therefore everything that can be done is an expression of joy for life. So rather than doing something in order to feel joy, your choices are different because you're choosing to do things because you feel joy. Because you feel joy. Can I say, so, what I'm doing right now is an expression of joy for life for me, right? Because, and before this, I wasn't feeling particularly joyful. But here's the thing, I know so for you, when you start to clock what some of your joyful activities are, and you're not feeling it joyful, as soon as you start to do them, like, hey, I'm not feeling good, I'm not feeling as joyful, I need to go do that thing. Which connects back to so many of my videos earlier, like, do the activity that gets you into the flow state, right? For me, that's what this is doing right now. I'm feeling better than what I was when I started recording these videos, because this is an expression of joy for life for me. I'm flowing this energy through me, and I'm feeling more invigorated. I'm feeling more alive. I'm feeling like I'm accomplishing the thing. I feel like I'm translating this energy through me. I've got more energy flowing through me, and my emotional state's naturally rising, all right? So you gotta identify what that is for you. And then when you figure out what that is for you, you can choose to do things out of your expression of joy for life. Okay. I'm ending this video. If you want more, watch the next one.